Going to go back to an earlier topic that we spoke about. That was Messi. You wanted him to join Man United, of course. There are talks of him reuniting with his former manager, Pep Guardiola. Can you maybe just tell us your opinion? If he joined the Premier League, what sort of added dimension and layer would he bring to the league and, make it that much more competitive?
It would be the biggest story in Premier League history. That's not overstating it. It really would be so big. I personally still think he'll end up staying at Barcelona, because I think somebody at Barcelona eventually will get sacked, whether it's the president or the board or whoever it may be, and he will stay. But if he was to come to the Premier League, I think it would be so big, so important, not just for the Premier League, but if he came to Manchester, the idea of Lionel Messi being in Manchester is huge for the city, it's huge for the country. It would globally enhance the Premier League again from where it is today, and it already has a huge following. I think it would really be a massive moment for English football in the Premier League.
What's it like for a team when they're facing Lionel Messi? Obviously you have experience in the Champions League and all that against the great Argentinian. How nerve-wracking is it? How hard is it to try to shut down Messi? Because if I remember correctly... Sorry, go on.
I think it goes from nerve-wracking to being one of the most exhilarating experiences and challenges. It's when you do something that's really difficult in your life, you obviously are nervous about it, you are a little bit anxious, but you also feel like this is a great moment, this is the moment that I've lived for all my life, the moment that I've waited for. That's the reason that I play Premier League football and that I wanted to be a football player, to play the best players in the world. So when I played against Figo or Zidane or Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo, these were the great moments in my career, because they were the great challenges when you had to put yourself against the best.
How much of a statement does it make if he does join the Premier League? Because when you think of the best players in the world, they often leave to go to Real Madrid or Barcelona, like Cristiano Ronaldo, for example. And when you think of some of the greats of world football, Ronaldinho, the list could go on, Zlatan, etc. When they were coming to the Premier League, it was always, what if? So many players almost joined Arsenal, for example. Zlatan only came to United when he was already in his 30s. Would this be the biggest name ever in the Premier League, do you feel?
I think it would be the biggest signing ever, because when Cristiano Ronaldo signed for Manchester United, he wasn't a big name. He was obviously a young boy playing in Lisbon, and no one really knew who he was. Whereas he became one of the biggest, he has become the biggest name in the world with Messi. So I think this would be the biggest signing in Premier League history. I think it would be the biggest moment. It would bring the most media attention, the most scrutiny to the league that it's ever had. I think Messi would be watched more than he's ever been watched, because obviously the Premier League is watched more than the Liga. And it would just be a fascinating happening for us. I mean, it really would. For everybody, just to see how he would do in a different league. I think that's the thing with Cristiano. Cristiano's played in the English league, the Italian league and the Spanish league. He's played in the 3 best leagues in the world. I think with Messi, he's played in Spain, obviously, which is fantastic. He's achieved great things. But I think it would be interesting to see. I'm sure he'll do great, but it would be interesting to see and intriguing to see how he would do in a different league with different rules. There's obviously a lot more tackling allowed in England than there is in Spain, so it'll be interesting to see whether he gets treated differently or whether he actually finds more space and whether he finds it easier.
I'm going to open up to the floor in just a moment. One final question on Messi and Ronaldo. Who do you choose? Because most of Ronaldo's ex-teammates go with Ronaldo, except noticeably, for me anyway, Wayne Rooney, saying Messi is the better of the two. So what's your say?
I choose Cristiano because I played with him, and I just think that he's adaptable, he's played in different leagues, he's won in different leagues. Those Champions League wins with Real Madrid are huge, with a team that, to be fair, wasn't as good as Barcelona at the time. I just think that Cristiano, for me, is just an incredible... He's forced himself to be the best, whereas I think Messi has just got this unbelievable talent which is breathtaking, both outstanding. I can't separate them really, but because of my personal relationship with Cristiano, I would say Cristiano.